Alright, now let's work on the face.
Here's the one. Yeah, that's it.
Fuck.
Again?
It's Buster.
I thought your name was Nathan.
No, sir. Remember I'm the guy with the my arms? Yep.
We're gonna find some sick individuals.
Did I send you
We're
an
gonna
email?
find some sick individuals. Like, we just gotta get outside somewhere and just find some sick individuals to make some shit like that.
Yeah. And that's
And it's like, I know, I can't imagine that.
that's real. That's
None of that shit.
that nigga.
And that is so
Yeah,
nasty. Oh yeah, that is disgusting too. Yeah,
Email.
It's a li-
yeah.
Wait, crazy. They put a line to him. Like,
Oh, wait.
Did I send you an email?
Email.
It's a liquidation email.
Oh, I ain't got no water on me.
No. We getting rid of a lot of motherfuckers in this job.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, Nathan. Don't worry, Nathan.
It's Buster.
I'm not trying to liquidate you. I still need you. Matter of fact, you know Dookie?
Yes, sir.
I need you to get rid of his ass.
You want me to fire him, sir? What did Dookie do?
Dookie has been sleeping with my wife. I'm just playing. I really don't know what the fuck he did. I just need to get rid of his ass. He just looked like the type that would sleep with my wife. You know how we fire people, right?
We, sing?
Come up with a song, sing it to him at 2 p.m. today after lunch. We also got briskets today at lunch. Oh, I know Dookie gonna miss them briskets.
Damn, not the briskets, Dookie. So, you want me to fire Dookie by song at 2 p.m. today, sir? And is there any, like, do I have to, like, rap?
You can do whatever you want.
Yes, sir.
Did you press the button?
Oh, sorry, hold on, let me.
Damn, we've been sitting in this damn floor.
Yeah, sorry,
the whole time.
sorry.
Fuck,
You're spilling your juice.
damn.
I'm so sorry.
All right, Nathan, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, sir. Okay, all right, it's Buster. Hey, Dookie. Oh, hey, Buster. Dude, a little birdie told me around the office that you like music, right?
Yeah. Why? Why'd you ask? Is this something for my...
Dookie, I have my 2 unemployed friends here, and we're gonna sing you a song.
Oh, man, I sure love these job benefits.
Okay. DJ.
Is that Dookie?
that we love to talk.
Yeah.
That gas and talk.
Hey, I know you gon' hate this, but guess what? You just been terminated. So we got a few witnesses, and we gon' have to escort you off the premises. You gon' need it. You gon' need it. You gon' need it. You gon' need it. You gon' need some government assistance. And I'm here to bear witness. Leave everything that belongs to this business. If you take it, you will be stealing. Leave that cup. Leave that computer. Leave that box. Leave that notebook. Leave your shoes. Leave your bag. Leave that drink. Leave your hat. I know this hard to deal with, but this is your fault 'cause your bad decisions. You gon' need it, you gon' need it, you gon' need it, you gon' need it. You gon' need some government assistance, and don't come back without a lawyer present.
Here at Computer Jobs, Dookie, we thank you for your hard work, but it's time.
Wow.
Here at Computer.
Lawyer present.
Here at Computer Jobs, Dookie, we thank you for your hard work, but it's time to get the fuck up out of here.
Please don't shoot up this place.
I'm real full from this brisket sandwich.
You're eating popcorn, bro.
Oh man,
Bro, you're tripping.
Oh,
Bro, you're tripping.
Get your blue bitch blob ass out of here, Buster.
Dookie! Dookie, what in the heck are you doing here?
I'm telling you that. Pull up. I pull up on you. You better pull up on me.
Dookie, you pull up. I can't even hear you. No, you can't come to my house.
I'm here though. I'm here though.
You here?
I can't believe you would do this to me, Buster. You told me you would do something for my birthday. I didn't know you were gonna fire me.
The boss told me to fire you. He said, fire Dookie.
You're a grown-ass blockbuster. You ain't gotta listen to the boss. Like, I don't listen to the boss. Why would you listen to the boss?
You don't listen to the boss, Dookie.
No.
Dookie, that's probably why they fired you, Dookie.
Who's in there?
Don't worry about my best friend. Who's in here?
Is that fucking TJ? Hey, fucking TJ! TJ don't even do nothing. He don't do nothing. He just be hanging out with you, and he don't do nothing. He just be eating shit. He don't do nothing.
TJ is my best friend. TJ does everything.
I mean, I really don't do nothing.
Step outside before I blow your house up. This nice shitty ass house.
Dookie.
This is the worst birthday I ever had.
Dookie, that's not my fault,
I lose
Dookie.
my mama. I could have had enough money to move out. That was the fucking plan. You ruined it.
Happy birthday, Dookie.
Oh, I know Dookie gonna miss them briskets.
Listen, man, please don't come outside. Don't whip my ass, please.
Dookie, I'm not even gonna do that, dude.
Yeah, you know, it sucks being 27, man. This is the worst day of my life.
It's okay. Dookie, it's okay.
So long. I guess we'll never be work buddies again. You can go fuck off with your little TJ, whatever the fuck your name is. Hey, fucking TJ!
You gon' need it, you gon' need it, you gon' need it, you gon' need it, you gon' need some government assistance.
Like, ain't that some shit?
Government assistance.
If I was 27 in 2025, you know what I would do?
What'd you do?
Self-harm. No, I'm playing.
No,
I ain't gonna do that. It's my ghetto love story.
Tell us
Nigga, ain't that K Bands?
Tell us a sponsor.
Nigga, that's a 16-year-old.
That's sponsor. Whoa.
It's legit.
Yeah, get it on my
I
screen.
say ghetto love story. Like, what are you
Get
talking
it on
about?
my screen, bro. I go last sponsor.
It's sponsored by Roblox.
Somebody, yeah, that's just don't.
It's sponsored by Roblox.
Yeah,
Cuz.
somebody's paying me that. Get out there. Get out there. Yeah. Not here for that.
Mom, what's that?
Nothing. Just get in the car. Let's go. Come on.
Niggas can't even finish a fucking review.
Yeah. We should not do that again.
God damn. Just one. Like niggas can't.
Just one? I ain't never seen
gory
you
things that happen on camera. He's crafting characters that I want to see survive up against Art. That when Art shows up in the same vicinity as them, I am tightened up, I am nervous, I am anxious, hoping somehow they pull it out. But with that said, before going into my favorite kills of this movie, let me get on to one aspect that I thought was kind of wasted or just weird, and that was the flashback scenes involving young Sienna and her father. And in the second Terrifier movie, they set up so much mystery about how the father and Sienna's family somehow connect to Art the Clown. Like, I remember all those fan theories and people speculating like crazy, oh, is Art their dad? Is it like a split personality thing? Did he create him using his drawings? Like, there's a lot of interesting theories, and that was one part I was really looking forward to, is maybe those answers or tidbits, but I felt like those scenes really didn't add much context. We already knew the dad was the one who drew the armor that Sienna wears in the second movie. He's a comic book artist, but aside from that, we didn't get much else from those scenes. Like, I feel Art their dad? Is it like a split personality thing? Did he create him using his drawings? Like, there's set up so much mystery about just weird, and that was the flashback scenes involving young Sienna and her father. And in the second Terrifier movie, they set up so much mystery about how the father and Sienna's family somehow connect to Art the Clown. Like, I remember all those fan theories and people speculating like crazy, oh, is Art their dad? Is it like a split personality thing? Did he create him using his drawings? Like, there's a lot of interesting theories, and that was one part I was really looking forward to, is maybe those answers or tidbits, but I felt like those scenes really didn't add much context. We already knew the dad was the one who drew the armor that Sienna wears in the second movie. He's a comic book artist, but aside from that, we didn't get much else from those scenes. Like, I feel you could rip all those scenes involving the dad, and they don't really affect the plot that much. And that's where some of the frustration comes in with Terrifier 3 on where they're going with the lore, because I feel like we were just given so little new tidbits in this third film when there's like so many unanswered questions. I don't need every mystery or detail about Art the Clown ruined, but it's for sure getting to a frustrating level. But again, that's just kind of me as a picky fan, because I'm already getting a lot of comments where I brought that up in my spoiler-free review, and so many are like, Chris, we don't go in this for the lore, we don't go in this for the story, I just want to see Art the Clown go crazy on some bodies. And I'm like, well, you get that here, but as a fan, I'm just asking for almost the bare basics of, you know, setting up a simple origin for Art. I mean, Freddy's origin was a kid on a liver who got away from the justice system and parents took it into their own hands. Jason was a disabled kid who got bullied and drowned in a lake, and he comes back to haunt them. Michael Myers, although a little vague, was born pure evil, takes out his sister, and then spends most of his life in asylum until he escapes. Like, that's what I mean. You can't really even give a basic origin of Art yet, and we're 3 movies in, and 2 of those movies are over 2 hours long, and we're still a little confused on what's going on with them. But I guess, to be fair, other horror franchises have taken this long. What, it took us like 5 or 6 sequels to find out why John Kramer specifically became Jigsaw. So in a way, I guess it's good that they're just filling in tidbits. So getting onto the new little tidbits and lore they added on this time around, it all happens in a church scene that's at the college with Sienna and Jonathan. And I gotta be honest with you, this exposition scene I don't think was done the best, because I missed a lot of the details the first time around, and it wasn't until the second time watching it I was able to take in those details a little bit more. But basically they explain, yes, at one point, it looks like Art the Clown was just a regular human, a crazy serial killer, but he was so evil he caught the attention of this demon entity that then decided to use Art the Clown as a vessel to cross over on the other side. But he doesn't possess Art. Instead, this demon possesses one of the victims of Art the Clown. In the second movie, it was the Pale Girl, which we found out through a newspaper clipping was the first ever victim of Art the Clown. And yeah, my Pale Girl fans, unfortunately she doesn't come back in this movie and doesn't even get mentioned at all. But I guess with the 5-year time jump, it might have been hard to keep that little girl looking like a little girl. So they bring back a victim from the first movie, Victoria Hayes. And she is the one that's being possessed by the demon that is kind of giving Art his supernatural abilities, making him go from a regular human to a guy that can be beheaded, shot, basically taken all apart and still survive. But with this new evil present in the world, there must be a count.
You say that's a girl from the first movie?
Yeah.
Like, he killed her in the first movie?
Yeah, I remember they had the whole little news scene. She was trying to say the shit. She started really ripping at her own face. Like,
Damn.
she had shot in the eye and everything. Like, yeah, that was the reason why she fucked up. Pretty girl. Like, that's all that's the trouble from the first movie.
Counterbalance to that
She was the main character?
evil, and it is Sienna who is chosen as the savior, the warrior that can fight back with this magical sword that not only is capable of actually killing Art and the demon, but also gives Sienna healing abilities so she can withstand immense amount of pain. This lore, man, it is going somewhere, and I'm still on the fence whether I love it or I think it's too much. And again, this is all little things that have been added and tidbitted as the movies continue on, and we still only have part of the piece of the puzzle. There's still so many unanswered parts and things that fans can theorize on. People believe that the dad kind of works as the creator of both Art and Sienna, that maybe his drawing actually came to life, whereas a comic book artist, he just created Art to be be like this really nasty Joker-like character that ended up becoming real, so he felt responsible to try and take it out, and created a counterpart to fight this evil back, which is the angel armor that is modeled after his daughter. But again, I don't know, it's a little too convoluted, and I hope it gets a little bit more simplified, but I don't think it's getting simplified, so you better get used to this kind of being the lore. But let's take a break from lore talk and just talk about some of the insane kills that happen in this movie, because what the heck, man. Starting off, once Art and this demon are done taking their 5-year nap, and they're interrupted by a couple of construction workers who are gonna demolish this building, one of the workers gets it easy with kind of just a stab to the neck and multiple stabs, but another worker gets a pretty gruesome one, man, and that's where it really felt like they were trying to make almost every takedown in this movie of the level of the bedroom scene from the second movie. Because this construction worker gets like a 9-inch nail through the hand, and then Art takes a box cutter, starts cutting him from the forehead, and then rips his whole face off. And we're not done there. The whole time, the lady demon Victoria's watching him, and she's... flicking the bean with a piece of glass to her vajayjay, and she's getting off on Art just doing this to this guy. And I gotta admit to you, I'm not a guy who will really say, that's too much, that's too gory, I'll throw up, or I'm queasy, or I gotta walk out of here. Lady Demon Victoria's watching him, and she's flicking the bean with a piece of glass to her vajayjay, and she's getting off on Art just doing this to this guy. And I gotta admit to you, I'm not a guy who will really say, that's too much, that's too gory, I'll throw up, or I'm queasy, or I gotta walk out of here. But I will say, what are we doing here? What is going on? That was like the only part of the movie where I was like, this feels like you're maybe trying a little too hard, maybe going a little too edgy. But I also couldn't help to laugh a little bit, especially when they were done and Art looks at her and goes, shame on you, naughty, naughty. Bro, I need Art doing that to me. Scratch that, you didn't hear that. But definitely top 5 W.
Yo, a fucking yo. A fucking yo. A fucking yo. Right back.
Sit her and goes, but I also couldn't help to laugh a little bit, especially when they were done and Art looks at her and goes, shame on you, naughty, naughty. Bro, I need Art doing that to me. Scratch that, you didn't hear that. But definitely top 5 WTF moments of the movie, and we're not even done there. Bringing us to the sequence where Art gets his Santa costume. So Art walks by a bar, and through the window, he sees a guy in a Santa outfit, because it's Christmas, and he's a mall Santa, and dude, I love this entire sequence. This was one of the best parts. This is really where it felt like elements of the first movie and elements of the second movie being put into one, where it's just Art randomly going from victim to victim, but we have a little bit of story to add on. And really, it was just so much fun. Like, David Howard Thornton is so underrated as this body of Art the Clown, because he's got these mannerisms that make him so fun to watch, from when he gets dead serious to when he starts laughing. His silent comedicness is so charming, and that's why I'm like, Art the Clown, I just love him a little bit more sometimes than the movie, because me as a horror fan, I really like the funny characters. Like, Freddy Krueger is my favorite slasher of all time, but you guys know, big fan of Chucky, and he's a little sassy, mouthy brat. Also a really big fan of characters like the Leprechaun, and all 3 of these guys have a thing in common where they're just funny, talkative characters. So to see something like Art the Clown that is funny, but doesn't physically talk, I think is so new, and is one of the things that is catapulting him into a refreshing state, because we have the silent stalkers like Michael and Jason, but we've never seen the silent funny guy, and I think that's where Art really meshes in those worlds together. But the other reason I really love this Santa Claus scene is because it's also a great example of why you need some storytelling to make the kills actually mean something. Because throughout this whole scene, the Santa Claus guy is actually very nice to Art. He actually calls him clowny, he likes his outfit, his is very flattered by him, wants to buy him a drink, even though the bartender and the other guy there are kind of being dicks to Art. Santa is trying to be humble and sweet to him, and that makes you like the Santa Claus character. And now that you have this like and care for this character, when things flip around and Art starts pissing on his leg, pulling out a gun from his little trash bag and holding it to the clown, and he's begging for his life, you actually feel bad. I was watching the movie going, oh, just let him go. Just take his costume and let him go, Art. Please, he's such a nice guy. And that's kind of what I want in my horror movies. I want to feel bad for the victims, not just go, oh, it's another jerk. Yeah, Art's going to finish him in a very gory way. Oh, he's doing it. There goes his leg. There goes his butt. Cool. On to the next guy, rinse and repeat. And yeah, that Santa Claus takedown was pretty crazy. I like how in the last movie, Art had a flamethrower. So now that it's Christmas, snowy time, Art makes an ice blower using liquid nitrogen and freezes his shins and legs and face and just starts mashing him. Pretty crazy. And the final touch of ripping his beard and wearing it, because that Santa earlier said, you're not a real Santa unless you got a beard. Oh, I knew he was going to regret those words. Just the Santa scene, all great. Great, great, great. That's then where it took us into my next surprise of the movie is Art then taking that Santa outfit, going to a mall, pretending to be a mall Santa, handing out presents to little kids, and then ultimately blowing them up. I knew the opening scene was going to involve kids. I thought that was going to be the extent. No, Art went further and blew up a bunch of little kids just wanting to see a mall Santa. Again, as far as Art the Clown goes and the way he tortures the human body, a quick explosion and poof, that was pretty tame for Art. I'ma let it slide. But the final takedown we gotta talk about before the last 10 minutes of this movie that went insane is the shower sequence that I think everyone can agree on is this movie's version of the bedroom scene from Terrifier 2. Now, a lot was going on in this scene. It gets built up nicely because Art is at the college trying to find Jonathan, and in doing so, he walks by his dorm and hears the roommate and his girlfriend talk about how she's so interested in Art the Clown and just what it's like to go through that trauma, to stare into the eyes of evil. And also great comedic timing from David Howard Thornton in here, because the boyfriend is going like, sounds like you want to bang this dude, and the whole time we're cutting back to Art going, oh, she don't want to bang me? Really funny stuff, but we get the payoff because they go to the shower, they're making some sweet lovey love. Art pulls out a chainsaw from his bag, and yeah, it is crazy. He gets to take down the girl, slashing her up, and gets to give her what she wanted, which is to look at the eyes of evil right before she passes. And I kind of was really satisfied with that scene because I did not like this podcast girl. I know she's an exaggerated version, but you gotta admit there are people like that obsess over true crime who then be a little insensitive to the real life people. And so I thought that commentary in Terrifier 3 was really good, but then it was the boyfriend, Cole, the roommate, who got it the worst, because Art takes that chainsaw, not only rips his leg and hands, but then takes it right up the butt crack and starts just going in. And oh man, this scene had to be a little bit of a response to people who were calling Art and the director misogynistic for the way he goes after female victims, which I really don't think so. I can understand why people feel that way, especially when a lot of the off-screen kills in this movie are only guys, and it's really only guys sometimes that get the quick, painless takedowns. Like for instance, the two guys at the bar, one just got shot in the head and one got it in the throat, and that was it. You don't really see that a lot with the female victims, where it's an off-screen thing or they just get quickly taken down. But my counter argument to that is, like, he's actually written such a strong, cool female lead in Sienna. I don't see how you could also call this director misogynistic. So I just don't agree with people labeling Art and stuff like that. It's also just kind of an unfortunate trope of the horror genre, which, hey, maybe can get changed over time, right? But yeah, that scene was intense. And then when he flips over and they zoom in on his wiener and balls, I was like, oh, both times watching it, I just squeezed my legs and had to do a side-eye look at it because that was crazy. I don't know how they're gonna try and top things in Terrifier 4, but dude, it's just good luck, man. I like it. There was definitely stuff where I felt like I needed a palate cleanse myself and come home and watch Paddington or something. It also makes it worse in a positive way because the practical effects in here are so darn good. There was like a couple of times in Terrifier 2 where you could tell, oh, that was a mannequin or that was a prop. It doesn't look that real. Specifically like the Halloween Halloween store clerk. Right before his head gets smashed in, you could see how fake that mannequin was. And there was like no time in Terrifier 3 where I felt any of the prosthetics or makeup looked fake or cheesy. Damien Leone has really crafted that down, and it's kind of scary, especially when we're going to go into Terrifier 4, and you know that budget is going to be upped a little bit. But alright, this now brings us into the last 10 to 15 minutes, where they did do some interesting things. So Sienna feels like she saw Art at the mall, and so she feels she needs to go back to the Terrifier ride to get the sword she left behind. And that again happened off screen, which I was also surprised. I thought there was going to be more of a significance to the Terrifier ride in the franchise, especially since it seems like the name of the movies are after that ride. I want to know more of the significance, but I guess we're never really going to get that. And her just quickly doing that off screen just felt kind of like, okay. And then the other iffy part I was about these last 10 minutes is, of course, since Art the Clown can't talk, the demon host Victoria do a lot of the talking. And while I'll admit she was really crazy and kooky, and I'm glad she got her own little Art the Clown outfit going, and her main goal is to get Sienna's body and take over it, because then if there's no savior or warrior to defeat them, they're just all powerful, it seems like. And so that's what Art the Clown was trying to do in the movie, is just kind of kill everyone in Sienna's life so it could break her spirit, and then the demon can more easily possess her. But there were parts of that where I'm like, man, this is really making Art the Clown into more of a henchman, into a follower, someone you just command with a finger. And I'm like, dude, Art is such a cool villain. Reducing him down to a henchman, don't know if I love that. You know, it was kind of like the way Michael Myers was reduced to a henchman role during the Thorn stuff in the Halloween series, where he was being controlled by a cult and just used as a prop and stuff like that. I don't want to diminish the value of Art, so I'm still kind of iffy on that. But the scenes, that entire 10-15 minute sequence, I was on the edge of my seat, because I'm like, how is she gonna get out of this? How is she gonna fight back? Is this really how it's gonna end? Like, I was genuinely in suspense that entire time. But her uncle got an off-screen kill, and his head is just on top of the Christmas tree. Again, another off-screen moment. And sadly, the aunt gets a really nasty takedown. Art grabs this tube, mashes it down her mouth with a mallet, gruesome, and then grabs a couple of rats, puts it in the tube, and fires the end of it so the rats are forced to go down her throat. Ooh, how do you think of this stuff, man? It's kind of creative and crazy. That's kind of what I want more in Terrifier 4. I don't really need bigger blood and gore. I want more creativity with the takedowns, and it feels like maybe we are leaning that way. But then when it looks like Sienna's the last one left, they actually reveal this skull that they lied and said was the little cousin Gabby. Art the Clown puts some glasses on it and reveals it was actually Jonathan's skull, and Jonathan was taken down off screen. Okay, couple of thoughts with that. As horror fans, we know the rule. No body or no showing of the kill means there's a good chance they're probably not gone, and I'm gonna start placing my bets that Jonathan is alive. Thinking from a behind-the-scene perspective, I wonder if the creative team took a lot of the criticisms of the Jonathan character and left it kind of open-ended, so where if people still hate Jonathan by the third movie, he's like, okay, we'll get rid of him. But if you're like me, where you kind of turned around on the Jonathan character and you like his arc and where he is as a character now, you want him to be alive, they can bring him back. I mean, they did lie about that being Gabby's skull, so they're not opposed to lying about whose dead body that is. They did say they're trying to break Sienna's spirit, and if they couldn't find Jonathan because he hid away or got away, them lying about him being dead, I think, would work. So I'm kind of am thinking Jonathan is still alive somewhere out there, because that would be such a big letdown to kill off a major character off screen. So when it all seems like all hope is lost, Gabby, the little cousin, goes, I didn't even get to give Sienna her Christmas present, lying that the sword that is packaged up under the tree is a gift to her, and Art breaks both her hands and forces her to open the gift like that. Creative and twisted, man. I like that. Just like when Art would walk by her and smack her head every second. Good moment of comedy in such a tense scene, man. Sienna then opens the present, gets the sword, and remember, because the sword has healing properties and heals Sienna, although her hands were just broken and mutilated, that sword heals her up, and she's able now to fight and get rid of the demon. Her then trying to do the same to Art, but before she can finish the job, a portal to hell opens up in the living room. Again, this is where we're going extreme with the supernatural stuff. stuff, and Gabby falls in, disappears. Sienna doesn't get to save her, and Art the Clown gets to vanish away.
Bounty is 2 times more absorbent, so you can get more done with 1. The quicker picker-upper.
A sign the family must depart.
Bucket.com.
Quite the entrance, old friend.
Trying to catch a bus, setting us up for the next movie. Okay, a lot of thoughts and theories about this, so I think it's very clear. Terrifier 4, we are going to hell. We have pushed the demon side of things enough, and Sienna saying she's gonna find her little cousin is proof to me she's gonna find a way down there and probably have to battle Art and this demon in hell in full armor with her sword. That's gonna make for a very interesting 4th movie, I'm gonna tell you that. Because there are a lot of interesting things they could do with that. Because one, if Jonathan is dead, there's a good chance he is also in hell, and maybe Sienna can bring him back. Or just thinking about the visual possibilities of what hell could look like, that's interesting to me. But it's definitely going to be the how she is able to go to hell that's going to be the most interesting to me. There's maybe a hint of it at the end of the movie, because when Art gets inside this bus, there's a woman and a bus driver, and the woman is reading a book titled The Ninth Circle, which is the name of the short film where Art the Clown first appeared, and that got repurposed into All Hallows Eve, his first movie appearance. And while yes, that just might be an Easter egg to that, I wonder if that's a hint to who Sienna will be seeking out to learn more about demons and hell and maybe how to cross over to that side. Because there is a picture of an author and the name, which read Rosemary Castevet, which is also another Easter egg to Rosemary's Baby, where it takes the first name Rosemary and then the villains of that movie, the Castevets. Nice little nod that Damien Leone does there. I wonder if that's what Sienna will do, is seek out someone who's knowledgeable in demons, and that's how maybe she'll cross over, and then we'll get the better explanation about all the lore attached to Art and the demons. That's what I'm thinking. But also, when it comes to Art the Clown, now that the demon is dead, gone, and back to hell, I wonder now if Art is human again, because it seems like Art was just given these supernatural abilities as long as the demon was with him and giving him all these powers. Now that it's been vanquished back to hell, I think we are going to have a 4th movie where Art is finally vulnerable, where every little attack made on him is going to matter, and it could possibly end him for good. Heck, for all we know, Art could actually die in the opening of Terrifier 4, but then because we're going to hell later in the movie, Art is going to be in hell there, and he's just supernatural again. Like, that's some of the stuff that can happen in this film. Like, there's a lot of possibilities in there, and if, Art does end up coming back to life and is resurrected in the world, well, he needs a new human vessel. Can you imagine then if the demon then possesses the body of Jonathan and Sienna has to fight her brother? That would be kind of interesting storytelling. Or Gabby could end up becoming the new little pale girl, and that could also be kind of conflicting and interesting. I've also seen some horror fans bring up if they should continue the holiday trend that they've been doing, because in the second movie it was Halloween, in the third movie it's Christmas. Should they then do Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, or something like that? I don't know. I think we could leave the holiday stuff behind, and just the fact that we're going to hell I think is an interesting enough gimmick. But either way, one thing's for sure, I'm on board for this madness. It is getting a little convoluted and over the top, but I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it.
You referenced earlier you don't have any kids.
I do not. That has helped me succeed as well. Some people want kids, some people don't want kids. I think a lot of people have kids before they even think about it. Honestly, the older we get, the more happy and reaffirmed we are with our choice to not have kids. Me and my wife seem to get a lot more active enjoyment out of not having kids than anyone I know seems to get out of having kids.
You referenced earlier you don't have any kids.
I do not. That has helped me succeed as well. Definitely.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's a whole huge thing I'm not doing, which is raising children.
Would it, people, obviously someone will be listening, but yeah, but it would make you happier. Someone might say that. I'm trying to rebuttal.
I don't think it would. I've been around, obviously, a lot of children. I'm not ignorant to what it's like to. I've seen everyone I know has kids. I see. I'm 40 again. It's not. I know. I've some of my friends have had kids for decades.